Hello everyone, it is Road to Glory episode 24. Let's update everyone with what's going on, as well as showcase in part 1 of the episode my actually daily routine, because you guys never get to see it. So you're going to see my daily routine before we get into everything, and then we'll jump into the episode. So if you enjoyed the episode so far, remember this is all for you, free to play all the way season 1, so enjoy the content. Good morning. So yes, we're going to be going over my morning routines. You always miss it, and this time you're already seeing a hover to keep you guys a little bit of a teaser, because soon as I hit it, we did get a legendary, It's a Dragon Rift infantry artifact. Obviously, it's really good for our account to have it. Obviously, we wish it was something else, maybe like the Phoenix Eye or the Shadow Blades, but it's a nice infantry artifact we have now at our disposal that we could actually use in the Dragon Trials to help us push that a little bit further later on. So once I've done my morning openings, that's generally what we're doing here. So every morning I normally just open straight away. Another freebie right there. Nice little some Sneakyy heads there. We're on a roll right now, getting some free stuff. So we're going to be, obviously you can see, opening all your chests as soon as you get on, because as soon as you get on, that silver chest is a 5-minute countdown, right? So if you can get all those countdowns doing, that's what you want to be going for. Then when you can see here, I can see all my buildings that are ready to go. I'm looking at research at the moment on the account. As you can see, we are doing conscription and we're doing pathfinding. These are 2 researchers in the military tree while you're waiting for City Hall 21 that you should be getting ready to max out. The reason is when you go back onto those 2, you'll get training speed and Legion March speed. So it's very important for your account to get that, because it means you can train more troops and you can move faster in raids and on the open field. So really, really important to do. You're going to obviously get that later on as well. You can get more conscriptions, but we're going to talk a lot more on that during, the research guide that's coming out this week. So I hope you guys can see at the moment, this is like an average alliance, right? We're in a really top alliance, but it's not like you're in an average spending alliance, right? This is very reasonable that every morning you might wake up into an alliance very similar to this, right? So it's not an alliance like in Server 32 where you can see 20, 30, 40 gold chests and it inflates the account insanely high. You've got a nice steady stream. So we can see now what we've been trying to do. We've been pushing through and we're already at the next stage. So we've done all the alliance markets, and now, as you can see, we're doing the push from the Foundry to Herbalist Hut to that beautiful wall. And then once we've done that, we're going to be able to get that beautiful City Hall 21 and unlock the T4 archers. Let's go. So all we're doing here is just obviously invest in the heads we've just unlocked for Nika. So we've got a couple of heroes, to be honest, at 3-0 at the moment, which is really good. We've invested some of our heads into the Kanara to get her finished quicker, since we are investing as much as we can into Kanara this season. The reason is we're playing archers, guys, even though all the guides and everyone, including myself, suggests play Valen and Mages, which you should do if you're a new player to the game. But if you're a lot more experienced with these type of games, and honestly you feel like you can manage playing an archer march, because it does take a little bit more skill compared to normal, then you can do Kanara. But Valen's going to be that trick of all trades, so don't worry if you've already started investing into him. You should finish him off. As soon as I finish Kanara, I'm going to be doing Valen. It's just who I'm prioritizing first. So when we go into the artifacts, you saw we've got a bunch of artifacts, the new ones. We've leveled them all up, which is really nice. And we're just claiming a load of stuff and using the tip I've always told you guys. Since we've already fully scouted now the entire map, any of those maps turn into speed ups. So that's another way for you guys as a free-to-play player to inject your account with more free speed ups by actually claiming those maps when you need to, instead of sometimes there may be the gems or maybe even the mana, depending on the situation. And if you can stack at least 100 of them, that's well, I say 500, but it's 100 times 5 minutes speed ups, which is absolutely beautiful to gain for free, right? So we've done all of the morning routine basically now. All we're going to be doing is setting everything on to, train, and then we buy out our store, and then what we're going to do is start using CP, right? So we've got all the nitty gritty stuff out of the way. We're going to start using the CP later on. So that's how I wake up generally every morning. You can see it doesn't take that long, and as long as you do it in that nice order, you're pretty much on track. The only thing you have to do is obviously your policies, but that's fine. So let's move on to something a little bit more exciting that we were doing during our days. So as you can see on this, obviously, Road to Glory episode 24, we've been able to record a couple of days, because obviously, you guys haven't had an episode in about 2 or 3 days, and I'm sorry for that, but you guys have been loving the content that I've been bringing out, so thank you for all the support for doing that. And if you obviously enjoyed this video so far, smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. It helps me massively when you guys do hit the like button and obviously watch the video. It's amazing. So while we were obviously between days, what you saw on the intro was day 1, and we were carrying on through, and then this is later on. So what we were doing in the next day was the breaking through event, and this is the tier 3 breaking through event. Really fun to do, and you should always guys participate in this event if you can, because every time you participate, you're gonna get yourself a seasonal 1 universal head, and you need that, right? You want that legendary head that you can invest into that Valen or into that Kanara or whoever you're working on at the time, so you can, progress nicely. So this is a really cool event if you've never played it before. A really quick rundown: you just escort in the caravan, and a little trick that you can do, which I'm about to show now, is turn on intercept mode. This will be changing, guys, in the patch 1.016. They're getting rid of intercept mode, and your march will naturally intercept now, so you don't have to worry about it. But for now, until patch 1.016 comes in, you're still going to need to use the intercept mode if your server does have this event on. The reason why, again, your march will then become a wall. He will protect and block anything that walks through him that's trying to hit the caravan. So it's a really good mechanic and allows you, as a skillful player, to obviously defend more abruptly for your team. So here on the screen, if you're wondering what target prioritization you do, always go for the golds and then kill the purples, right? And then in this wave, which you're going to see, you see the golds, you see the purples, and on the top left there, which I just noticed, is the big lizard, the super gold. So you want to kill the lizard first. Use your intercept mode, which you're going to see in action right now on the bottom of the screen, saying intercepted, intercepted, intercept. So you're going to use that to block all those guys while you're killing down this lizard. And once you've killed it down, you can then focus down the gold, focus down the purples. And then it's just as that, guys. Nice and easy target prioritization there for you to understand in the breaking through event that we were doing, obviously through the account, which was really fun to do. So when you obviously completed this, you're going to be able to then obviously get that seasonal 1 head, go back, and if you've got CP, as you can see, my CP now towards the end of the day, this was right, is almost recharged. So there's a little bit of a black gap there, so you can see it's almost back. So that's why you want to use all your CP in the beginning of the day, and then when you're at the evening, like now, this is around 4 or 5 o'clock my time, you can then use that CP that's already recharged through all the research you've been doing, guys, or as well as maybe a rune that you've got, right? And by doing that, you're gonna have 2-3 full bars worth of CP, and that means you can get a bunch of rewards, and you can save your CP when you need it for a more important event, such as like Divine Depository, even Eliana's event, and maybe some of the future events that's coming into the game that we know of. So I would hold on to all of those juicy CP tokens at the moment, unless it's maybe a Divine Depository, because that event is king. So that is now the event complete. You're going to see it escorting victory screen comes on, plus the rewards, which you're going to see confirmed again for you guys. So it's a really nice, hopefully, episode for you that you can see in a daily grind on the account. This is what we've been doing, right? So every day we always do the part 1 section, and then part 2, which we're watching now, is where we're going to be able to do any sort of event. This could be, you know, a behemoth, it could be a breaking through, it could be anything, right? So hope you've enjoyed part 2, that guys. A nice little summary right there at the end. We hit rank 3 currently on the server, which is really cool. But with all that said, let's move on to the next section of the video, which is a nice summary of everything on episode 24 of the Road to Glory. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far. You can see the morning routine was really nice. The only thing we've got to do is finish using our CP, which I'm about to do later on. I'm going to do it on stream, since at the moment, as you can see when we go to our events right now, we do have obviously the passions for rations, which we need to do for the forts, but we also have Divine Depository, guys, and this is one of my favorite events in the entire game. The fact I can get so many chests in this 3 days, and they give you gold keys, resources, and a little bit of speed ups, but it's the fact that you can get all the goodies you need to actually push in those higher, you know, tiers of buildings. So I really do like pushing in this event, and obviously it gives you gold keys, guys. I want the gold keys. We want more Nikos, we want more of everything. So let's try and do this on stream later on when we're able to. So we've got that going on. Obviously the strongest lord is coming up. It's got fear on at the moment, which is really cool to see, and as well to showcase it on our server right now. So if we go and check the store out, we are currently on day 47 now of the account. But when we go to the shop for all those spenders out there, when you go to your daily deals now and click switch heroes, you can now see Kanara there to be selected. So you can select Kanara, have her there, and obviously if you go back out of this area, you're going to be able to obviously buy these chests now, and they're going to be for her. So a nice little update for you guys who are looking for maybe a little bit of a spending option later down the line, if you're looking for that little bit of information as you've been following the series through. But we are going through, as you can see, we've finished doing our actual progress on those buildings, and we are pushing through now to the City Hall 21. We've gone on the Foundry, as you saw during part 1. We're going through the hospital and then the wall to finish up, to then get to City Hall 21 and unlock. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode today. We've gone through quite a lot of it. The only thing left to showcase is the update on the heroes. You can see we've keep pushing. We're already at nearly 60 on Guanwin, and we've got a load of CP saved up to get her there as well, which is really good. And then we've got also an unlock of Nika, which got us to 3-0 on her skills, which is really nice to see. We've got Kanara at 3-0 as well. And then we've got our beautiful 5-1-1-1-1 Nico that I'm using at the moment just as a secondary behind both of these commanders at the moment until later on. And then I'm going to use him as a primary commander behind Craig as the deputy, as a PvP match. And then I'm going to keep Guanwin primary and then the Nico as a deputy for those raids, right? And again, the reason we do this, guys, just to remind you all, is the talents, right? Every time you want to change these talents and go and hit switch, you're going to cost yourself one of these bucks from the event, or it's going to cost you over 1,000 gems without finding it in the marketplace. So we do want to make sure these heroes are used as good as they can in their roles, right? We want to just make sure they fulfill their roles. So we're doing really good. In our first season so far, we've still got a little bit to go, so don't worry, we're not finished yet, but easily going to hit tier 4 in the first season and enjoy the rest of it, because that is what you want to be doing, guys. Season 1, focus as much as you can, because in season 1 plus, when everything starts to get unlocked and you get more introduced into more of the scarier mechanics, you know, extra troop count, extra types of star levels and all this, you're going to realize you wanted that T4 as fast as you can in season 1. So in season 2, it matters way more, right? So I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. We're going to go through it. Obviously, I need to enact something. We're going to enact it quickly on screen, and then that will be today's episode, guide. It's been amazing, like always. I hope you've been enjoying it like I have. We've been going through a nice pace as well, and the last couple of days I've been honestly really busy myself, so I haven't been able to play too much yesterday like a normal person. You know, I've had to do stuff in real life, you know, go sort workouts, sort family stuff out, and do all that. So it's been really good to showcase you guys. Look, this is just like a normal person's account, nothing crazy, spending normalish hours on it, you know, between I would say 6 to 8, because again, you might play something like 4 or 2 hours in the morning, then you might play again after work from like 5 till maybe like 10 o'clock. That's easy, again, about 5 hours, depending on if this is your only game, right? It depends on everyone's situation, you know, everyone's situation's different. Obviously, it's bad for me to assume, but that's what I would expect. So if you enjoyed the episode though, guys, on episode 24, Road to Glory, smash a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I am MrSneakyy here, giving you guys this free-to-play player content so you can get a little bit of an idea on what you need to be doing, and hopefully it's helped some players out there become better at the game. As well, I'm here to give you guys all the behemoth guides, hero guides, updates, everything you want to know about Call of Dragons. So stay tuned. If you like all of that, hit the notification bell. And until the next one, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.